Alrighty then. I'm doing stuff off screen, so in case you guys are wondering, don't like freak out that I'm not doing anything. We'll be starting soon. I already have LDD basically open. Just gotta find something real quick, and then download it. Ignore my stomach. Alrighty then. So I'm going to be doing a live stream today, essentially. I'm not going to be building the Vesper. I've already built the Vesper. The Vesper's done and out of the way. I'm going to be building a Blue Jay Industries weapon, essentially. And part of building that Blue Jay Industries weapon is using the Vesper grip, because in particular, like this general area back here. So first off, we're going to delete that. We're going to remove all of these, and I can delete everything up to right about here. And then we're going to slowly modify this area to turn into the actual thing that we're going to use for building, essentially. The actual like grip that we're going to use. So this is going to be the start of our grip, and the reason that this is the start of our grip is because the distance between here is 4 studs high, like so. So because it's 4 studs high, we can actually like use this to build the next part of what we're doing. Can I answer this text? So we're going to be building a concept rifle in general, is what I'd go to call it. It's going to be bullpup again, just like my UZG 15 was. Longtime fans of the channel will know what this UZG is. It's a pretty interesting weapon, and I like the UZG, but I just kind of want to do kind of some different things going forward. So to do those different things is pretty simple for the most part. We're actually going to be doing it now in this stream, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that down. Alright, so I don't mind leaving this hollow. It'll kind of make a point about lightweightness, I guess you could say, if it was hollow. Take that down to there for 3 and another 3. So I have the concept art beside me, and it's unfortunate that I can't like show you guys the concept art because I have a feeling that you guys would really, really like the actual concept art itself. But at the same time, it's going to be kind of like a surprise towards the end of how it all turns out and how it all looks and things like that. So if I really don't want to do that because trigger guard and stuff goes in there. So to do what we're doing is kind of, it's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie, because of the angles that we're working with and how everything is going to kind of come together towards the end of things. But we'll see if we can get it to work correctly. So it's going to go there. Take and build this going up. Hello, Unique Curse. Tigerfish, I didn't give you a shout out as well. I see you in chat as well. I am building something live. That's something more unique about my channel over other channels. I know other people in the community live stream and things like that, but like just as a general thing, I usually live stream, so it puts me just a little bit more unique in the community than some of the other people are. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit more unique because I also live stream. Alright, so this trigger guard is actually a little difficult to design because it has this angle. Now then, I'm working with things sideways so I can use pieces like this to get angles, but I already know I'm going to have to make it a 3 like this, and even then, that's not exactly the best angle. So what I can do is actually take and delete these on back, so my AC just kicked on as well, so you guys probably hear that now. I apologize for how loud it is, but generally speaking, it's pretty hot here in Florida. So, alright my friend, go ahead and get your iPad. I understand the problems that are cell phones dying. It's really annoying. It happens all the time though. I'm going to do this angle is it's more complex than kind of what I would like it to be. I'm basically going to do this. I need to go up by one more stud layer. It's going to involve this 4 going right through here. I wanted the script to be hollow to kind of like point out that it's like it's a lightweight type of weapon instead of it being really heavy, but considering I've just had to fill up the grip, I might as well just make it all completely full now instead. That's how I'm going to do the necessary angle that I need. That's going to go there, and then I should be able to fit in on top of this a 4 like so, a 2, and then this as well as these, and that's what's going to make up the majority of the grip itself. So that's how that's going to work for the most part. This is a little long, so I'm going to probably switch this down to a 3 instead. In particular, because I kind of want it to be, I want this grip to be not so thick like it is right now. And then I also want to do kind of like a stippling design on the grip itself. So So for the stippling design, all I'm going to really need is the outside panels. So I'm going to go ahead and plop this down like so. And then this should go right there. Actually, I'll switch this up to being a plate piece. Because if I use the plates, I can kind of interlock them with this in between here. So if I do this, and then I take these up like so, I can drop a 4 here, and then take this 8 forward, drop a 1 here, and a 1 there as well. Drop that there, drop that there. You haven't missed much, just working on building up the grip a little bit more, getting it prepared for a design that I'm going to do on the inside of this. So we're actually going to delete that, and then a 10 should fit right through there. And then we're going to drop a 10 plate like so. Actually, no, because I got to cover up these Technic pins back here. So, yeah. Can I fit this going over top like so? Yeah, alright. So, the back of the grip has a kind of a curve coming up that I'm going to need to do. If I do something like that, will work out fairly well. But I believe, because I want to make this grip somewhat comfortable to use and not just like blatantly not fun to use, we're gonna kind of curve the back of this by using these pieces. So because this is a 12 high, I can take and duplicate this going on up to right about this area, then delete 2 of them, and then we can replace our curve pieces like so. And then we'll probably take and just to kind of clean this area on up just a little bit, we'll put 2s right there. And then I need to like replace these with something just a little bit longer. So trigger guard's going to start right about there, and then What about here? It's going to be kind of thing for your finger. And then your other two will go down here. And then we will also wrap around the front with the smoother plates to make it more comfortable to hold on to. Should also be able to duplicate this on down, like so, or take these cheese wedges. Okay, so we'll take in, place that there, grab another one, turn it all around, place it there. Yeah, I was actually going to what was I about to say? So I was gonna live stream earlier, and then he ended up uploading the Asimov video, so I had to like real quick watch that before I even started live streaming, because it was kind of like really important to know the deadline for the contest before starting, because I was actually going to rebuild the gun from scratch because I thought I could do better, and there's a few things that I wanted to add. But it turns out the grip that I made for it that was new is actually like a really, really awesome grip. I'm like really happy with how I did that new grip for it. But it's not exactly like the best of grips that I've ever done, because it's too long and it's almost like too skinny in a certain portion, and because of that I kind of gave up on just restarting from scratch completely. So I'm just going to stick with my current contest entry. It's already like a 30-minute long video, and the attachments that I added aren't going to really warrant another 40-minute long video, because the attachments I added are going to take time to explain and how they work and how they go on and things like that. So I'm just going to leave it kind of where it is right now. So I actually didn't know that you could turn this brick design around, because I thought you could only have these lines going through, but considering you can actually like turn these around and have kind of straight lines going up, actually, like, I really like that. So that's what I'm going to use as my kind of design going up the actual weapon itself. So this is it's going to be that, and then something that I want to also do is actually take and switch this to being a push pin, and particularly the reason for that is because then I could actually have like a quick detach system where this grip comes off and you can like interchange it with other ones. Just a unique feature almost. Please, you're not going to work unless I jump you over, I believe. Do you have... So if I take and duplicate this going up by one, drop this down, take and put this here, grab it, and then I should be able to place it in between right about there. So we're going to do the same on the other side, and we're going to have to remember that this is now jumped over. So because this is particularly jumped over, we're going to have a little bit more time or hard time dealing with certain aspects later on down the line. I see why that didn't fit. But the good news is it'll be more worth it later on down the line because it is in fact jumped over by one stud. So this should fit going on backwards like so. We're just going to keep jumping this on through it. And the actual, this will come up. I'm kind of looking at the concept art to see how this is going to overall like work basically. So we're going to finish off the trigger guard quickly, I hope. So the actual trigger will probably sit right here, just a little bit farther back, right about in this area through here. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to kind of do this safety almost here in a bit. We're going to actually switch this over to being a 3. I feel like that trigger guard will be too long. So what we could do is actually we'll use a kind of one of these. Going to do that. Drop it on down to give it just a little bit of shape, but we could also use this piece here to give it even more shape. Like so. And now then I'm going to actually have to do the bar that comes on across to see exactly where everything's going to line up and if I need to do anything extra almost. So I'm pretty sure this isn't going to line up completely where it needs to line up almost. Yeah, we're off. So if I add a jumper plate, we'll be somewhat close, but not close enough. So what I'm kind of thinking of doing is I can actually take this on out maybe by one more kind of stud. Hey, the Toaster Crumpet, I see you in chat now. Okay, so that won't work. What if we take and yeah, see that's too short as well. Just kind of thinking what we can do. If I drop this going downwards, will this fit going all the way up? That's not a 1 stud high gap right there, so this probably won't work. Yeah, like I said, that's not a 1 stud high gap. And that's too high. So if we take the kind of, I'll change my concept art design just a little bit to make this work out the way I need it to. Delete this through here just a little bit. Take this up like so. And then, because I want those Technic pins, holes or whatever to be there, we'll do that. And I was going to plan on doing this anyways. We're going to switch this to being that. Because this is going to, this piece here should fit between the wall that I'm about to add in through here, here in a second. So it goes just like that for our trigger guard. I'd say my AC just kicked on once more, so my apologies, guys. Really am sorry that the AC kicks on and off. So this is going to fit into here. I have to make this custom length to right about there. Actually, it could be 4 longer. 4, yeah, I think 4 long will do it, because then we need a we'll put a pin right there, and then we'll do what I see in the custom concept art that I did, where this comes down into the trigger guard like so. And that'll cover up our trigger guard just a little bit. Like so. I'm not planning on doing the VMP. I really don't want to do any Black Ops 3 guns. I've already done plenty of Black Ops 3 guns. Like, I haven't even finished the Dingo or the KN-44 because I really don't feel like doing Black Ops 3 guns. They're like super unrealistic. I don't understand half of what's on them because half of what's on them just does not need to be on them. And all these other things that I just don't particularly care for. So I'm not doing the VMP, particularly not today because I'm actually building something that I want to build, to be honest. Because it's kind of rare for me to build something from Blue Jay Industries because I have to think about what exactly to build from Blue Jay Industries, and today's the first day that I've actually thought about what I wanted to build from Blue Jay Industries. So I'm going to work on finishing this up today. So probably see, I need to kind of decrease how high this is, but I know for a fact that if I put it down here, it's not anywhere that I can go even with a jumper plate there. So yeah, this is going to be a little complicated. Yeah. Probably take this up. Oh. So yeah, I have to like permanently jump everything on this lower section, basically. So it's like, it's not the worst of things, but it's not exactly the best of things to do as well. And then I need to curve this back end down into the grip itself. So I think I'll do it the fairly basic way, which is using these right here. Just like so. Then it will slope out. I'm staggering this for strength's sake. So, in case you were wondering like what exactly I'm doing this for. Then I'm hoping that I can take and do exactly that, because that is what I want to do. So That's fantastic. I'm gonna try to fix this gap here in a second. Just kind of fleshing out this design just a little bit more. Probably add small, like minor details right about here, just to kind of bring in some outside details and things like that. So what I was doing there is actually basically counting almost exactly where these things were going. Kind of make sure that I have a room for them. Alright, so this gap down here needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed majorly. So I'm going to go there. I'll go there. Put that there and there. Take this on over. Okay, yeah, I don't like that. I think we'll leave it flat coming across here. And then to fix the problem that we have here, we're going to use some plates. Pretty much like so. What am I building? I'm building a custom concept art design that I did for a kind of like a rifle almost. I'm not entirely sure if it's kind of big to be an SMG, but it's not so big of a caliber, I'd go to say, that it's not going to be an assault rifle. Um, so I think it's going to be more like a pistol caliber carbine is the best way to kind of describe what we are building. Um, so yeah, pistol. We're building a pistol caliber carbine. Uh, that's what we're building. I haven't thought of a name for it just yet. I'm still thinking and contemplating as we're building right now. It's probably going to be named after some form of animal. Most of my custom built weapons from BJI Industries are named after animals, so I'll probably keep up with that theme in general, and go for something deadly. I kind of sharks are pretty cool. Sharks usually have some pretty awesome names to it, so um, Hammerhead might be like a really cool one to go with. Mako, um, Great White, Tiger Shark. Like, there's all sorts of different things that we could probably name it after. Um, yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. This trigger design that I want to use. What I think I'm going to do is I'll turn this on around, scroll down here, grab out this rim piece that I've used quite a bit in pretty much all the more recent builds. I've used this piece quite a bit. And then we're going to take this piece right here, and this is going to serve to reinforce what we just did and also give us a spot to place a rubber band against. So if it's pulled forward like this, to serve as a trigger. Then the rubber band is going to have to come from behind, and if the rubber band is coming from behind, I can place a rubber band holder, this little thing right here, right there like so, and that'll give us a spot for a rubber band. And then in order to assure ourselves that the weapon doesn't go any farther forward than what it needs to, what we can do is replace those bricks, because I'm going to need those. AC just kicked on, so my apologies, guys. Take and put these going forward, and then as you can see, it bumps right into it, so that's perfect. Now we can pull the trigger without having to necessarily worry about how far back forward it goes. So place that there. Put this here. That. Probably color the side panels. That and that as well. So yeah, this is particularly a really cool design because you could push this pin out right here, and then this entire grip and trigger guard would actually come out of its little encasing, because it's not connected in the back here, and the trigger guard isn't connected to anything up here as well. So speaking of which, I actually need to delete these pieces right here and here. We actually need to wrap this on around so that the trigger guard fits up between here. So as you can see, these pieces block it from going any farther back, and these pieces block it from going any farther forward, so it sits and it kind of like nuzzles between those two blocks itself. So yeah, I think this is pretty good for the lower receiver. So we'll probably find a name for it real quick. We'll go that's pretty upsetting. I go to say that if you can, like, see if you can't get it fixed, and then do what I do and put everything on Google Drive as well. We'll go back to here. Riptide is a pretty cool name. Tiger. I think we'll go with Riptide as a name. So we'll save this file, save as. We need to save this to the desktop, not in downloads. We'll save this as the Riptide Pistol Caliber Carbine PCC. Blue Jay Industries Riptide PCC. And we'll type this as grip. And then this is going to be rough. Now I'll let you guys in on how I name things. And then once I've actually colored it itself, like so, this turns into, instead of being a rough, it turns into etched, like so. I've had this paint scheme in mind, so don't think you can change it. Hello, Cod Cooler. Alright, so I think the next thing to do would probably to be building up the receiver area and the back area. So I'm going to throw down this. The next thing I'm going to put down, hopefully I can find it. So if I can't, I'll kind of be in trouble. If I was an LDD engineer, where would I put the pieces that I am currently looking for? Would I put it in here? Okay, there's that one. I need the other one. I need the other one. Ah, there it is. It was right beside it. I completely missed it. So we're going to put this in between those. We are then going to put that there and put that there as a spacer. Now then. So this bottom receiver here technically needs to be connected up here. So what I can do is remove all of that, switch over to using the light stone gray, because that's the current color scheme that we're going with. Notice how I said current? I don't know if we're going to change it or not. We're going to throw this down to being 3s. Yeah, that really sucks, dude. I hope you get all your files back. That's particularly the reason why I use Google Drive, actually, because I know the feeling of losing everything, because I have also lost everything. I lost everything just a little while ago, not too long. I was still in high school. I had actually taken and put everything that I had in terms of files onto a CD, like an actual physical CD that holds 16 gigs. And I used that, and I ended up leaving that inside the computer one day, and I guess someone took it out, and I never got it back afterwards. So I lost all my files that day. Another time that I lost all my files is I actually had a flash drive that had all my files in it as well, and I ended up losing that also. This is a problem, and kind of a major one. Those are all jumper plates, right? So, Sorry, that's just, that was me. So if I do this, is that going to... I believe that'll solve my problem, but that's not... Okay, so these are 3 high, so if I take and... we'll go back into here, grab one of these here. Yeah, right, there we go. Alrighty then, so we'll take and we'll plop one of those down there. Color that color. And we'll plop those on down there, color that color as well. Put a spacer there. Grab the 1 ounce. Awesome, that ends where it should. Alright, so this is going to be the start of the lower receiver. So just like so. We're going to take and put a 6 down through here. And then take a 12 backwards. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5-stud wide mag well. Like so. It's going to be 3 studs wide in the magwell area, in particular just because it's going to look better. It's going to look more realistic. And I still haven't decided entirely on what caliber this weapon is going to be, because it is a custom weapon. I could just make it up as I please. But I don't know which one I want to use just yet. Oh man. Okay, so if I you're gonna have to delete that. Just kind of taking a look at this. So the mag release will probably go right in this area. I'll probably make it sit flush with everything. So right about there. Just to reinforce it, make sure it doesn't like come off when in use. I'm just going to put these down. And they'll connect to each side, basically. Figured out I was going to have to mute my microphone. Heard someone coming down the hall. Goes there. here. Going to put that on down. Take this on down. I forget that we're working within 5 studs right now, not 4 studs. Take that on down like so. Come back. If that's a 3, we'll switch this up. We'll make this a 4 and make that a 3 so that they all kind of connect together. That a 3 going across. Then we're going to do not those 4s, these 4s, the ones with pegs in the bottom of them. Then we're going to do a 3, 2, and 2. To open this up. You can probably hear my phone vibrating now, so I apologize if you guys can hear it going off. We're actually going to switch this up. I just realized that there's actually a screw detail in the back here. Just kind of sits right about there. And then we got to make sure that all of this stays together as much as possible. But at the same time, I kind of want to add just a little bit more detail in the back here so that it's not entirely bland. So to do so, I'm going to be using indentations going across here. And to also make sure that it's strong, I'm going to be using a lot of these L bracket pieces. These pieces, I thought they were, I'm going to be completely honest, largely useless for the most part. And then I got more into kind of detailing things and making them more 3D-ish. And because of that, I very quickly learned that they're actually pretty helpful parts. They're not as useless as I originally thought they were. They have a little bit of a quirkiness to them because of how you can use them and what areas you can use them, but they do make for fairly interesting pieces to use in terms of making models more strong. See, in particular because of this area right here, I can drag these over and then I can interlock things over top of them, and then they'll be even stronger than they were before. So that's just something really interesting about these. You really don't notice until you start trying to notice, I guess is the best way to put it. AC just kicked back on. Once more, guys, I apologize. Put this on down like so. Once more, these pieces coming in handy. They really do come in handy. In fact, I can actually take and, because there's a flat version of them as well, I can actually take and do this with them. This is going to be a really interesting type of thing to do with them. So you can do that. We're going to come fill this in just a little bit. Kind of bring all this forward. I'm actually going to switch over to using flats in this area. So you would be rich if I apologize for the AC as much as I usually do, because it kicks on a lot. I mean, it's pretty loud and noisy here. So generally the white noise is right about this level. With the AC, it's right about this level. So you can barely hear it, but it's definitely there. I even have my fan turned down to low because I'm so afraid that you guys are going to complain about the AC in the fan and like everything like that. So, anywho, the magazine release, it's going to have a rubber band that wraps kind of up and over. It's kind of weird how this is going to work, but essentially where the rubber band is actually going to go is right here on that stud right there. It's an idea I got from Christopher Hotman in parts of his builds because of how he does things in particular. Because rubber bands can fit in the little edges between that and the other pieces, so it's really cool. They're going to wrap kind of around these little holders. That's what those are going to be there for, to help with. And we can put these over top. That will help kind of keep all the rubber bands where they're supposed to be when that time comes. And that also gives me an opportunity to come through and start locking all of this on that down. While I'm here, I also wanted to put in another kind of groove. Give it, like I said, just to give it a little bit more extra detail. Yeah, no, I don't think I've had a massive quality increase, because my live streams are usually really, really bad quality. If you did though, that's awesome. That means something on my end is going better than what it usually is, because like I said, usually I don't have really good quality live streams, but I'm glad it's happened for you. So that's going to go essentially just like that. Another screw detail there. So Something that I am worried about, and you guys will probably also be worried about as you're sitting here watching this, is that the only thing currently holding this entire green section on are these two green pins right here, because I am making this field strippable. And that is a major worry, to be completely honest. So to, I guess, kind of alleviate that, I'm going to have this come to right about here where these two threes ends, and then there's going to be another section that kind of interlocks with it. So there's going to be a lot of pins on this rifle, because I am fairly worried about all of it just kind of falling apart in the current state that it's in. So those will probably go to right about there. Alright, so there's yet again another side detail. Right here. Gonna keep this hollow, in particular because there's got to be like a bolt or something running through it, or in case I have to put a bolt running through it, because I haven't technically thought out all the designs for it just yet. I'm just kind of going as I do. Just kind of going. So this is going to there's another receiver that's going to go right through here. Come down and come through here. And then forward. So if it's coming in to the back here, it's going to need a spot to hinge into. So what we could do is change this to a 4. This, I'm going to turn that into a 3. Put this down here like so. Turn this into a 4. 2, 2, put a 3 over top of it. Just like that. Alrighty then. I'm leaving this majorly hollow. I'll probably come back through later on after LiveStream and I'll start taking things apart and putting them back together. Just kind of depending on how I necessarily want to do it. Because it'll probably be a pain in the butt, and there will probably not be any real good camera angles for you guys to watch it from. The grip does kind of look like a Pt.1 grip. Most bullpup grips look the same. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I've said that in particular why this pin is right here is for something else. Let me answer this text real quick. I don't know if I'm going to have to sneeze again. I think I'm going to have to sneeze again. If I have to sneeze again, I might cut this conversation short, but I think it's gone. Yeah, no, I know it's going to be weaker in the back, which is why, in particular, I'm trying to put this pin here, because there's this entire front section here, and because this entire front section is going to be kind of wanting to hinge downwards like this, it's going to keep pulling this with it. So because this wants to go up this way, this end wants to go up this way, which means the points right here that are touching are going to bind together, and it's going to keep each other in check. So that's why I'm putting this pin right here. I still have, because you guys are bringing up valid points, and I'm not knocking you at all, and don't think I'm getting offended at all, because I'm not. But I've got this entire section going through here, and then I have another entire section that's going to be sitting half on top of this as well. So there will be more stuff sitting up here than what's currently up here. So like I said, I'm not knocking you guys at all. You're bringing up valid points, and I'm glad that you guys are bringing up valid points, but there will be more that's coming on to it that should help with the points that you guys are bringing up. So thank you, though. You guys are helping. Just trying to figure some of this out. feel like that's too high though. I think we'll drop this on down to I've already tried to make a bullpup vector, so see if I can find it. The bullpup vector that I tried to make in particular was this right here. And I have this grip, like I have a really, really good grip design that I actually adore. And then I was having problems doing this area back here in particular, so I stopped it. But now that I've started using like side plate techniques and things like that, and I might go back and revisit trying to do this, because I probably turn everything sideways and things like that. So I might come back to this, I might not, who knows. What's this thing? This thing looks kind of cool, like a helical magazine almost. I like this. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I might come back to doing the bullpup vector, but I don't know just yet if that's exactly what I want to do or not. Because I do have a lot of things going on. So yeah. Yeah. I really like the looks of that gun. That's in particular, that's like kind of the reason why I wanted to build it in the first place. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, dude, this looks awesome! I really want to build this." And then when I was trying to build it and things like that, it just didn't necessarily work out the way that I really, really wanted it to. And because it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, I gave up on the idea of building it. So I'm pretty sure I still have that file. Yeah, I should have that file because that was about the time of high school, or I was in high school when I was building that model. So the file should still be somewhere inside of my my Google Drive. I gotta skin this down. This just feels way too tall for me. It's gotta come down by like at least that much. I figured yours would be different, but if I was building a bullpup vector, I would make it look like that. It just looks really, really cool. I don't know why, it just does. It's a little bit better. Alright, so I think that's good for the back of the receiver. Save this as receiver rough. We're going to switch over to white. Color a few details here. I think I'll switch this back over to being white. Like so. this is as far as I got with the Deadeye Defender. Here's that SMG. I'll keep the grip because the grip actually looks really, really good, and I'm really happy with how the grip turned out. But this upper and this back here, and yeah, it just does not look good in the back here. So I'll probably I'll keep the grip, like I said, and then I'll get rid of everything back here, and then up here as well. So that's the file that I still had. That's like really, really old though. Alrighty then. So back to what I was doing. I think the obvious next step is probably going to be doing the next portion of Handguard. We'll probably work in this type of green. So something that I wanted to do was actually finish doing this front portion. So I'm actually going to put a cross pin through there. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting the safety through here, actually. Alrighty then. I'm going to finish this in this stream. If I come back to it, I'll probably do that in another stream. So, yeah, I'm going to finish off doing the lower type of receiver, but it's more like the front end of the handguard, which is going to involve switching back to 4 studs. No, we'll keep it 5. We'll go 5. I'll go 5 in the lower portion, and then I'll go 4 in the upper portion because there's going to be 2 different portions. So take that like so. This is going to be real simple in this back area here, other than it just lagged on me. Oh, it's not going to be real simple. Mark my words. I jinxed myself, basically. Because this is 5 studs and this is 2 studs, they have collision errors. So I'm going to have to change it on up to that. But I can put a 6 down right through there, so that makes up for it. Then what we're going to do is take this on up pretty much the entire length of the gun itself. So the reason I did 2 is because then we can switch over to another 16, like so. And I think another 12 or 10 studs will be good. I'm going to go ahead and throw down a 6 to conjoin these together. And actually, we need to do a 4 to conjoin those together. Then we're going to grab a 3. I'm going to put a jumper plate there and another jumper plate there. And then we can put another cross pin through there, which is going to be a 4-stud cross pin. The receiver is going to be a fairly basic receiver. It's going to be fairly square, to be honest. So there will not be a SCAR type receiver on this one, unfortunately. Sorry, my friend. Michael, like, dude, I'm not going to make what you're suggesting. I've already told you before, I'm not going to make any more Black Ops 3 guns. I'm really done with Black Ops 3 guns. I don't want to make any more Black Ops 3 guns. I just don't know what's up with you. Do not suggest me any more Black Ops 3 guns. This is like the 3rd time you've sat here and you've said that's what I'm going to make when I'm not going to make it. You haven't even requested it. All you're saying is you're like basically demanding me to do it, and that's kind of rude, so I'm not going to do it. Get over it, dude. It's not happening. So I kind of want to minimize having to do this as much as possible. I still give myself plenty of room to work with. So for those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually flipping over the bottom side of this handguard just to give it a little bit more of a clean look to it whenever I go to finish making this portion of it. Actually, can't put them in the front here. It's just going to look better. Put that portion in like so. And I'm going to build around these. Hey, John. See you in chat now. Just building a custom pistol caliber carbine. That's pretty much it right now. Chilling out with the other people in chat too. I'm just tired, that's all. I was out getting overtime last night until like 1 in the morning, so yeah, been real busy. Overtime's like really, really important, so Hey, Bricks and Guns. What's up, my friend? Building a custom gun right now, based on a picture that I saw of a Ruger 1022 conversion kit. It was actually a pretty cool picture. So, it's what we're doing right now. Pretty simple stuff, to be honest. Doing pretty good. Works all right. Summer classes end soon, and then like normal college starts up again as well, which is gonna be fun. Your new PP19 Bazan video? Yeah, I saw it. I really like how you did that. It was like a really smooth magazine too. I think that's what I liked about it the most, because it just looks so smooth all together. So I really liked how you did that. Any new logo creations? See you in chat right now. Making a custom gun right now. Pistol caliber carbine. This is everything that we have so far. Should be finished sometime in the next little bit. Fairly close to being done. Only a few more things to go before it's all over. Yeah, so tired. That goes right here. Hey, Brick Built. See you in chat as well. Coming in towards the end of the live stream. We're almost done here. We're basically just finishing up doing the 3-stud wide magazine, and then we got to do the bolt and charging handle system. Charging handle system is going to be a little bit more difficult because I got to make it so that it can shift over to the other side of the weapon itself, because if you were here earlier, you'd see that there's actually a dust cover over on the other side. Kind of doing it the same way that I did the M-Dun gun that I had done, where we basically can we can take and put part of it on the other side of it. And I also I want to edit this magazine just a little bit, kind of shorten down the distance between gaps. I see. Pull these down. Any particular basis for this gun? I looked up futuristic AK to kind of get inspiration, and an image that I came across is this guy took his Ruger 1022 and kind of made it into this custom bullpup looking AK. So that's the inspiration that we're going for. So it is a custom gun. I'm changing up a few things about it. First off, I don't think I'm going to leave it as a 22 caliber rifle. I think we're going to switch it over to a different form of pistol caliber, because it is still a pistol caliber gun. This is classified as a pistol caliber carbine because it's got a 16-inch barrel in it, and it's taking a pistol caliber round. So I go to say no, it's not based off of anything that we technically know of, but that doesn't mean that gun that guy had was all necessarily his, because I don't know if his was based off of like a kit that he himself put together, or if it's a kit that like someone makes and produces and he just bought it. I'll see if I can't find the image right now. Oh, never mind then. If you're leaving, it doesn't really matter. So, see you later, man. Good luck with whatever you're doing. No, it's just a custom-made gun. I was just telling Brickbuilt, I looked up futuristic AK, and this guy took his Ruger 1022 and had converted it over to a just a really interesting looking kind of AK style, maybe kind of receiver. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, but instead of like leaving it as a Ruger 1022 conversion kit, I'm going to basically make my own pistol caliber carbine off of it and give it the same kind of basic shape. I'm not going to make it exact, but I'm going to give it the same shape. And that's pretty good for the magazine size right there.